Hello there, good morning everybody. We're the Highwaymen. My name's Jason.
Good morning, everybody. My name's Stephen. It's an absolute delight and pleasure to see you all. Jay, looking sharp as ever, my friend. Who are we ripping apart today?
Today, mate, we're going to be talking about the impending separation of Holly Willoughby and Philip Schofield, the British power television couple, as it were. We need to fill people in on who they are first. We need to fill people in. Put your knuckle dusters on, Steve. We're going to fill some people in. Right.
So Here we go, mate. Here we go.
Philip Schofield's been around since we were kids, really, hasn't he? You know, he's 61 now. So he's probably been we've gone to the gopher. He was on kids television, a presenter, and he's sort of been a staple of British television for a long, long time. He started doing a program this morning in 2003, I believe, and he was joined by Holly
this morning, incidentally.
Yeah. And with Holly Willoughby, I can never even say it. Even that's what Keith Lemon does, isn't it? Willoughby. He's a much younger, very pretty presenter who co-presents with him, and they've kind of got this on-screen sort of chemistry, aren't they? You know, they're very funny together, aren't they? They're just kind of like
absolutely.
And you know, they refer to each other as my television wife, my television husband. You know, because they've got that kind of really dynamic relationship, and it works very well. However, the train is becoming derailed. There's been some controversy, hasn't there?
Oh, yes. I mean, we're talking major headlines here in the UK. This is as big as it gets. You know, this is massive. You're dead right. Yeah.
So Philip,
what's it all about then?
Well, we're going to start with what happened with Philip in 2020. You know, COVID is all over the news. Everybody's, you know, talking about COVID, and Philip Schofield is married with children at this point. Now, the rumor has it that there was a story about to break with him and one of his runners having a bit of a dalliance, a male runner, shall I say, male runner. And so he came out on television as gay.
Well, do you know what? It broke the subject of COVID for a bit, didn't it?
It did so well for about a day. Yeah, his timing was perfect. I mean, for a man who's been fisting a gopher for since he was a teenager, I don't think anyone was too surprised. That was a hand puppet, just for those who aren't kind of familiar. Gordon the Gopher. He's been fisting a gopher since he was in his 20s. So I don't think anyone was that surprised, really, were they?
Not overly. No, I don't think. I think they were more surprised that he was actually married with kids.
Yeah, so, I think you're right. Yeah, you're right. So. And he's kind of and he is Mr. Nice, and he is Mr. Nice Guy, hasn't he? I mean, everyone sort of referred to him as Mr. Nice Guy. However, that's changing. That's changing. Yeah. People are starting to slag him off now. It's all coming out. So about a month ago, his brother Tim was convicted of being a paedophile.
I think 11 counts or something, wasn't there? Something 11. Ridiculous?
Yeah, 11, 12. No, 12 counts. It was 12 counts with a teenage boy. And subsequently, we'll start with this. Subsequently, Philip disowned his brother. He said, I no longer have a brother. Now,
publicly, by the way.
I have to say, I find that quite strange. Do you find that strange to disown your brother completely?
Right then. Well, first of all, you have to have. Yes, I do. But you have to have a look at why he did it and why did he choose to do it publicly.
I know why he did it.
Because, well, yeah. So it was to boost his TV image. Yes. So as we are learning, the Philip Schofield that we think we know and have done for these last 30 years or however long it is perhaps not the real Philip Schofield. No. It's a masked persona.
Yes,
hiding the true person. So the person that came out and said, pardon the pun, came out and said that I disowned my brother was that TV Philip Schofield, because that was the right thing to do and it would boost his public image.
Yeah.
Privately, it's probably a very different story.
Well, the other thing. So now, apparently, again, this is all sort of what people are talking about on the media. Apparently, he's known about this, obviously, impending court case for about 2 years, and he never told Holly Willoughby about it. So it's kind of been kept under wraps. But there are other things with Philip Schofield, and I saw something come on TikTok about he's been accused of having a sort of online relationship with a 20-year-old TikToker. Now I don't know what. So you get random stuff on TikTok, and when you start, you know what the internet's like. Once you start thinking about it, it suddenly seems to appear on your blinking news feed. And this lad came up, said, I don't know about the other accusations, and I don't know what other accusations there are. But he said, we just exchanged some very, handful of sort of fan. I was a fan, and I kind of messaged him as a fan, and he messaged me back, and he said there was nothing sinister in it at all. So that's what he said. But I don't know quite what the other accusations are, but I know there's a story saying that he spent a lot of money trying to keep something out of the papers. But we don't know what that is, because obviously it's been kept out of the papers.
It's very interesting, right? So first of all, I think it says lots about us as a nation, that we're also fixated with this thing, when there's wars going on and all the other bits and pieces. But nevertheless, they are a big deal. And as well as the screen relationship that they have, that Jay was mentioning there, they're also really, really good mates off screen. They're like went on holiday together, they've spent weekends together. They were kind of like the Ant and Dec, if you like, or a cheap version of Ant and Dec. But this rift, it's really bizarre, because there's nothing. Philip made a bit of a statement online. This is what I understand. Please tell me if I'm wrong. That Philip made a bit of a statement online. It's been a difficult few weeks or a couple of months for me and Holly and all the other bits and pieces. And that's when Holly sort of like took a little bit of humbrance from it. Right. She hasn't said a word, incidentally, about any of this. So there's been nothing that's actually, neither of them have come out and said, God, I hate her, God, I hate him. No. That's not happened. This has all been fueled by the media and by other people that are popping into it, coming along. So however, it obviously is real, because now what the ITV bosses are looking to do is get rid of one of them. Yes. Now it's interesting to note that this particular program, the program is called This Morning, by the way. It wasn't on This Morning, although it probably was. Has been going on. Oh my God, I don't know. So I mean, certainly Philip's been hosting it. He was hosting it a long time before.
It's been going on since the 80s. It was our first. I've got a clip from This Morning when it was presented by Anne Diamond and Nick somebody from the 80s.
I remember him.
Yeah. With Nick. I
can see his face. Yeah, I can see his face. Yeah. But anyway, Philip was doing it with, I think, Fern Britton.
He was. Yeah.
And then Holly replaced her, and it's been a brilliant. I got to say, I mean, it's not very often I get to watch daytime TV, but there are some memorable times of when they make little faux pas, or a guest comes on and says the wrong thing.
Well, with Gino De Campo.
Gino De Campo, exactly. I was going to say that, where he knows what he's bloody doing. By the way, he speaks better English than Jay and I do, but he likes to stick in the odd faux pas with his Italian accent, and it makes it sound very risque. And the pair of them are just in bits. It's wonderful to see, because you can't stage that. That is genuine and real. So it will be incredibly sad for that little bit of brightness to be taken away. But they are talking about one of them's going to go, and it's highly likely it's going to be Philip.
He's older, and B is obviously linked to a bit of scandal now, and it's probably good to get rid of him before it all kicks off. Incidentally, going back to Fern Britton, I was watching an interview yesterday with Dan Wootton. Jim McDonald, is it, out of Coronation Street?
Oh,
Kim Woodburn and some other fella, and they were saying that he's not very nice. Kim Woodburn said he's a horrible little man. She was really scathing about him. They said that he bullied Fern Britton, and they said that he bullied Ruth, Eamon Holmes' wife. What's her name? Ruth Langford. He said that he bullied her, and I saw Eamon Holmes. He didn't really slag off Philip Schofield as such, but he was kind of saying that This Morning is big. It's an institution. It's bigger than one person, and he was kind of intimating that Philip Schofield should probably go. So yeah, I think it's definitely on the cards. I think we'll probably find out more as we go on. But the problem is with all this kind of media stuff, everyone's sort of speculating, aren't they? Oh yeah, sorry. Dan Wootton also said that he worked on This Morning quite a few for 10 years, and he said he never got on with Philip Schofield. So he's not the kind of nicey person, perhaps. But then again, who is? You know, we can, you know, you can catch me on an off day. I mean, God, if you catch me when I'm being grumpy, just stay clear. You know, we can all have an off day. You know, I'm the nicest person when I'm being nice, and I'm the most horrible person when I've really got on me. You know, we all can be like that. Steve's just nice all the time. Steve's just nice all the time. He can't be. No, I don't believe it, Steve. I've never seen you be mardy and miserable in my whole life. I'm sure not. You've probably seen me be angry and throwing things. I don't know. I've mellowed. I have mellowed a little bit since those days. The day of punching the walls and destroying phones has passed me by now. I'm over that.
I remember it well.
Do you remember that big hole I had in my wall? I punched through the wall. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh dear.
And usually it was relating to one person that got me so angry that I was either going to punch him or punch something. Yeah.
And it wasn't me. Let's just get that out.
Do you remember when I destroyed my phone? Were you there then? Maybe not. I literally had the handset of my phone, and I had this kind of like big, you know, fancy work phone that I just took. I thought I was holding a hammer basically, and I just absolutely destroyed the phone with the handset. But as I say,
stopping you.
I was, you know, young and carefree in those days, and
passionate.
Yes, I was very passionate.
That's what it was.
But you know, rather, you know, at least I had the sensibility to hit a phone rather than destroy, you know, than hit a person. You know, that's my saving grace.
So, and are we saying Philip might be the same then? Bit of a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, I say we can all have our moments, can't we? You know.
Of course,
so we're all thinking that Philip's going to go. I hope Philip goes. I've got to be honest. I do find him a little bit sickly.
I think we're all Philip'd out. To be perfectly
I think we are.
Yeah. I mean, there was a point where it was on every bloody thing all the time. So, and especially over Christmas, I don't know if he still does it. He reviews the best toys and the best wines and the best Christmas puddings.
No, I tell you what did it for me. We buy anycar.com adverts.
Yeah, what was that? How desperate was he for money? What was that all about?
And like every 5 minutes he was on an advert telling something, and that really used to wind me up, because that's when you kind of start to think, you know, I've seen enough of you now. And he did that yoga-y one where they kind of superimposed his head on someone else's body, and that one used to really wind me up. Yeah. So yeah, we've had enough.
But we're glad he's going then. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, the thing is, he'll go and we'll never see him again. And what we'll find out in about another 10 years' time, he will have set up home with a 25-year-old somewhere. Bear is 61 now, so he'll be set up with a 25-year-old somewhere, and they'll be shopping and looking fabulous, walking around Harrods or something. That's what you're going to see. That'll be the next thing, with this young boy in tow, because he likes him. He does seem to like him young, doesn't he? You know what I mean?
Perhaps it's a genetic thing. That's why his brother's the same. It could be an inbuilt thing.
It could be an inbuilt thing that they just are attracted to younger men.
Yeah, there you are. But you're right. Do you know what? That's exactly what will happen. He will.
We'll wonder where he is, and then suddenly he'll turn up, and it'll be like, oh my God, there's Philip Schofield. Oh my God, because you're not seeing him for 10 years. You'll go, God, don't he look old? Don't he look bloody old? And he'll be with a 10-year. He'll probably have a ponytail by then, long hair. We're going through his like hippie stage.
Balding on the top.
No, he's not going to be balding. He's like me and you, mate. He's got it for life. And but he'll have a ponytail, and he'll have a young 25-year-old boy in tow, shopping in matching
pink hot pants,
matching fur coats and pink hot pants. Yeah, maybe a little bit of a stiletto on as well, perhaps. Who knows? Matching.
I'm looking forward to it. I can't lie.
And then what'll happen in 10 years after that? They'll dig him up again, and he'll start presenting something, and everyone will go, "Oh, Philip Schofield, national treasure. We've missed you so much." That's what it'll be.
They'd forgotten all about the other stuff.
And then we'll remember him. Yeah, then we'll remember him. We'll love him again. There you go. There's my
bloke. He used to do. Was it Strike It Lucky? I think it was.
Michael Barrymore.
That's the bloke, Michael Barrymore. Yeah, he'll end up with him somewhere, perhaps.
Well, he went to Australia, didn't he?
I don't know what happened to him. There was a big scandal about someone was dead at a party in his swimming pool. And all
it was Stuart Lubbock who died in his swimming pool. In fact, I posted a thing on my Facebook. You know when it's really hot last year, it's 30 degrees.
Yeah.
I posted a thing on my Facebook, and I I said, it's so hot today. If Michael Barrymore invited me around for a pool party, I think I'd go. Poor taste, but it was funny. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm embarrassed I didn't put that out, but it's funny. But yeah, so he moved to Australia because he got so much. Because he was married with kids. Well, I don't know if was he married with kids. I think he was married with kids, or he's married.
Right.
And then obviously pool party. Stuart Lubbock died, and I was reading the thing, and it said that there's something had been shoved up there so large that they couldn't even figure out how it got up there. So God knows what they've been doing. double fisting probably. Yeah, probably. Jesus Christ. You know, we can have why is it that we can have a sensible conversation about something and still take it to the absolute gutter?
I was going to ask the same thing. Here we are talking about Philip and Holly.
Yeah,
and we're straight back.
And now we're in double fisting. And so anyway, Barrymore did come back for Big Brother, Celebrity Big Brother, about 10 or so years ago with Pete Burns of Dead or Alive.
Oh yeah, I remember him. Yeah,
but I don't think it came off very well again, so he ended up going back to Australia again. So it didn't resurge his career as he thought it might.
Let's just go back to Holly for a moment, because who doesn't like Holly? And if you want to see her at her best, check her out on Celebrity Juice with Keith Lemon. Yes. So
Holla Willoughby.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So she's she gets my vote over old Philip. Definitely. By the way.
Yeah, old Philip.
Yeah, I'd much rather be watching her than him.
Me too, mate. Me too. Shall we leave this one here?
Well, I think we've made a decision, haven't we? So if bosses from ITV are watching this, it's a no-brainer. Frankly, it's a one-horse race. Yeah. See you, Phil. Nice to know you.
Yeah, and if Michael Barrymore's watching this, and we have another hot summer, and you're throwing a pool party, me and Steve are in.
Of course we are. In fact, I'm going to bring my own inflatable.
Yeah, I'm going to wear 2 pair of pants just to be safe.
I'm not wearing any. Bring it on.
I hope he's got some friends with small hands. That's all I can say. Right. And on that note, we will
Taiwanese friends.
We'll leave that there. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Cheers, everybody. Great to see you. Bye-bye.